And I need to put some more of you on the screen here. Let me... Okay, Sam's there. Turpin's there. I need to put Corey there. Scrapbeard. Okay. So I'm not going to throw minis down I'm not going to throw any tokens down for your newly acquired sidekicks. Mostly because it just starts to add. I mean, if you start to add every summon and every sidekick, your screen can fill up really quick. And so the way sidekicks will work is that they will go on your turn. They won't even need to have their own initiative. They'll go on your turn. You have the choice. They can either go. They have to either go fully before you do your turn, or they can go fully at the end of your turn. Your choice. And the reason why I did that is because most of the time, with the new rules and guidelines out of Tasha's, most everything goes at the end of your turn. Well, that would be a problem if you have a sidekick who has the expert class, because then if they go at the end of your turn, you wouldn't be able to take advantage of their helpful feature until the next turn, which seems pointless to me. By that point, you could accidentally have, taken a lot of damage or, whatever. It could ruin your turn. So I just went ahead and said, you have the option. So, welcome to the Rime of the Frostmaiden. We'll be picking up where we left off 2 weeks ago, right here in the very final area of what is the name of this place? It is Sunblight Forge. They are actually in the treasure vault. But before we get started, I would like to thank the friends of the Greenwater Guildhall, where we are streaming live from. The first on the list, well, if you're watching on Twitch, scroll down, you should see some tiles there. If you don't see the tiles, click on my profile image and those tiles should pop up. The first on the list is the Speechless Bard. She and her husband make beautiful leather products for your tabletop role-playing games, such as leather covers for your core rulebooks. She has a full line of dice bracelets. There are leather bracelets with cutouts of the dice shapes, and they can be multiple colors or metallics or shiny. If you like to show off your geekdom, that is really the way to go. She also has a dice rolling mat that if you roll it up, it looks like a spell scroll. And everything that she does can be customized to your liking. She does everything by hand. She is incredibly talented. She even goes so far as to select the leather swaths by hand. She doesn't order in bulk. If you are ordering for a gift idea or even for yourself, and it's a time-sensitive situation, you may want to give yourself a little bit of extra time because she is in the UK, so it can take a while for it to get over here and get through customs. But also, because of the shipping crisis going on right now, you want to order as soon as you can. In fact, right now, even if you'd ordered a month ago because of the current shipping crisis, I don't know that you would get it by Christmas. But I encourage you to try, and her products are well worth the wait. Next on the list is the Fable Beard Company. Fable Beard Company makes beard products such as oils, butters, balms, and co-wash. They have a full line of spray-on colognes, and they have eco-friendly, aluminum-free deodorants. And each of their scent profiles is a different fantasy character. Today, I'm wearing one of their holiday scents. I'm wearing the Gingerbread Man Beard Balm, which smells like gingerbread cookies. But I'm sure that they have a number of scents. I'm sure that you will find one to your liking. If you're a first-time purchaser, go to fablebeardco.com and create an account. And you can put 2 beard oils into your cart, and if you use the code FIRST in all capital letters, the second one will be discounted to free. If you are a fan of our Wednesday night Traveler game, there is a link down there, or a tile down there. Click on that, and it'll take you to our Traveler page via Obsidian Portal. The adventure log on that page is written in the manner of small news articles that would appear via the Traveler News Agency, or Traveler News Service, TNS. And it basically details not only what the player characters are doing as they pillage their way through the Trojan Reach, but also other things behind the scenes, small political situations or situations that are happening on planets that maybe the travelers either haven't even been to or they're near where they're going to, things that will affect their universe. So yeah, if you enjoy the game, please go ahead and give us a fan like on that page, and we hope you enjoy the content. So where we left off, you guys had just looted the treasure vault in the forge, in Sunblight Forge, and as you guys kind of closed everything off, but you could hear there was basically a small civil war going on between two factions of Durgar. So if you remember, the first faction was, of course, Zardarok Sunblight, who you killed. And his forces were then pitched against the forces of the Musgart clan, and her name is Grandolpha Musgart, and she basically had come to you guys and asked you, or requested that you kill Zardarok, and she's going to take his fortress. And she didn't give a damn about that stupid Chardalyn dragon that he was obsessing over. She just wants to take over the fortress. You can hear the sounds of battle outside of these double doors here. Right here. And I should probably center you guys on the map. There you go. So these double doors here, you can hear the sounds of battle echoing in the distance past those doors. But as you guys are looting the vault, you hear that these sounds of battle are dying down. And after what seems like an eternity, after things start to get quiet, you start to wonder what is going on. And you're hearing the silence long enough to start getting a little anxious about it when the double doors open. And in walks Grandolpha with her cane and a small troop of Durgar behind her. And she comes in and she tells you, she says, well, the first thing that she does is she thanks you for assisting her and for completing your part in this. That ruffian Zardarok is no more. She says, you can keep all of the treasure that you looted out of this vault. It is of no concern to me, and I don't need it. She's not even going to contest what you've taken from these chests in the vault. And she says, if the Chardalyn dragon were to return to Sunblight Fortress, know that I will immediately have my team deconstruct it and tear it apart. We'll bury it or throw the Chardalyn parts into the forge and let them melt.
Right. We share with her that the insanity that Zardarok was victim of was caused by the Chardalyn.
She, when you tell her that, she takes her cane, and on her shoulder you see this black little tiny crystalline version of, it's a construct, but it's a replica of a pseudo-dragon. And you see her in one hand hold her cane up, and she takes her other hand and throws the pseudo-dragon on the ground and then bashes it apart with her cane. She's like, I knew that there was going to be some kind of problem with his gifts. And she just stomps it into springs and gears. And one of her lackeys comes over, kind of picks up all the loose parts and carries it off back into the forge to throw into the fire pit.
And I'll say that, let's see, these are orcs. What are these things?
Duergar. They're Grey Dwarves.
The Duergar. Say the Duergar have a wise leader.
Well, yeah, Grandolpha is pretty wise. I mean, she certainly doesn't suffer fools, even those of her own species. She tells you, she says, you may leave this realm unmolested, but do not return. Our alliance ends once you leave the gates.
I'll ask if there is any known or secret areas or something like that where this dragon might be controlled. What is known about how this dragon was controlled? Our job is to shut it down.
She really doesn't know much about it, but I will allow all three of you. You can make Arcana checks.
Oh, mine's awesome. Turpin really needs to go on a crash course to start studying Arcana. It's come up a lot.
Yeah, it does. It's oddly, it's one of the more used spells.
22.
Nice. Does Scrapbeard even want to attempt it? Mr. Corey, I think you're muted.
I was muted.
Yeah, he rolled an 8.
Aha.
Smarter than Turpin, which isn't saying much.
So Sam, as this conversation is going on and you see one of the lackeys is picking up pieces of this destroyed pseudo-dragon. Excuse me. Man, my allergies have been awful. We pulled all the Christmas stuff out, and of course it's all dusty, and so I've been sneezing constantly. So Sam, you're watching this. You're kind of listening to the conversation and watching this guy scrape up these pieces, and it dawns on you that there probably isn't, because this pseudo dragon is basically just a smaller version of the Charlatan dragon. I mean, for all intents and purposes, and it occurs to you that there's probably not a control mechanism. That these constructs actually are a combination of... Well, they're a combination of being programmed to do a task, and they have some limited form of sentience. So the Charlatan dragon that's out there right now attempting to destroy the 10 towns is acting on its own cognizance. It doesn't have to be controlled.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if Sam's going to inform the rest of the party of that, but that's what Sam sees.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, hey guys, this thing might not be controlled. It might want to do this for fun.
There's that too.
It's probably told to do this, but it's probably wanting to do this too.
Just because you're a slave and the master tells you to do something doesn't mean you don't have to enjoy it.
Then the only thing that we have learned from our mission here is the path of the dragon. We must get back to 10 towns and share the information and do what we can to defend the people.
So I don't know if Corey was with us that session. I don't think he was. You guys, Turpin and Sam moved pretty fast.
I wasn't.
So here is what they found in Zardarok's war room. Let me find it here. Let's see here. Here we go. So as a reminder for Sam and Turpin, so in Zardarok's war room, there was a large granite table, and the top of this granite was carved into a map of the 10 towns and the surrounding area. And the table had grooves in it, and in the groove, sticking up out of the groove, was a little wire with a little Charlatan dragon on top of it. And when a lever was pulled, it moved in the direction that the arrows show. And so it essentially first started at Dugan's Hole, then went to Goodmead, then to East Haven, then to Caer-Dineval, etc., all the way around. And then its final thing was to come back to Sunblight Fortress, where you're at right now. Now, it hasn't been that long. I mean, total time, like I said, Turpin and Sam moved pretty quick to this point.
Hours.
Yeah, it's been maybe 4 or 5 hours. So it could potentially still be dealing with Goodmead, or maybe just moving to East Haven at this point.
Wow, that thing's fast.
Well, Dugan's Hole and Goodmead aren't very big.
And I'm struggling. I think we tried to let people know where it was heading, but I don't know that we have the ability.
No.
Yeah.
So at this point, you guys are ready to leave, and like Grandolpha said, once you leave, don't come back. It's getting late in your adventure, and you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So she kind of shoves you out the front door, and you guys make your way back down the mountain. And you get, finally, after about another hour and a half of climbing and using these stairs that are cut into the side of the mountain, you make your way to the bottom, back to where you had left your dog sleds. Everybody make a perception check.
Oh my gosh. Woo. You may regret asking us to roll perception for something you wanted to tell us.
25.
Nice.
Yay!
So far, I've rolled 2 19s in a row.
You're saving us.
Sorry, I'm looking for a... that's weird. I could have swore that I put this in here. Or maybe not. Interesting. All right. I thought there was a picture. I can see the picture in my mind, but I'm looking at the chapter where it's supposed to be, and it doesn't exist. So maybe I just created it. So on your 25, oh man, Turpin and Stonebeard, you have no perception. So on your 25, Sam, you see that through the snow is picking up. It is later in the evening. Well, I say later, it's not. So it starts to get dark now, obviously, around noon. And so it's now, 5 o'clock-ish. And the cold is coming in, and the snow is starting to swirl. And through this swirling snow, you see somebody racing towards you on a dog sled. And as they get closer, you see this person is wrapped up in cold weather clothing. They've got a furred hood up. And they are traveling with, these are running alongside the sled, the dog sled. You see that there are 2 terribly beat up kobold zombies. And these zombies, they've seen some things. they are beat. They look like hammered shit. They have just been beat to hell. In the actual cargo section of the sled, you see 2 regular kobolds. And as this person gets closer, they flip back their hood, and you see that there is a woman standing there, and she says, "We must get." Well, hold on. Let me read this. Over the sound of the wind, you can hear the barking of dogs getting louder. Through the blowing snow come 3 wooden sleds pulled by canines as big as wolves. And she flips her hood back and she says, "Can we be of service?"
Who are you that deals with foul necromancy?
She says, "Why, I am Villain Harpel." And kind of stepping out from behind Turpin and making his presence known, Valish Gant steps up and he goes, "Why, Villain, it has been some years since I've set eyes upon you." And she says, "Valish Gant? Ugh, why are you traveling with this hobo?" And he turns to Turpin and says, "Oh, I'm sure that she means that only in the most coy of flirtatious ways."
We have him essentially on a work release from prison to assist us in trying to end this cold, but that's not important right now.
She says,
She
says, "The only work that he has ever done isn't good enough for my kobold zombies to do. But no matter, you're right. We don't have time for this. There is a mechanical dragon that is attacking the 10 towns."
That is exactly what we're trying to stop right now. We've learned its path, but we're hours and hours behind it and fear there could be great loss of life before we can share our information. Do you have any way to get us there or to send a message so that people can prepare?
Well, preparing isn't really like so. In the dark, when you look off in the direction towards the 10 towns, which would be north for you, even through the snow and the haze, you can even this far away, you can smell that stuff is burning. And you can see a faint glow on the horizon. So the 10 towns it would be pretty much obvious to you that the 10 towns are already aware that this dragon is there. Or at least a couple of them are. She tells you, she says, "Well, of course I have a way for us to get there faster. I am a member of the Arcane Brotherhood after all." And she pulls out a wand. And she says, "I'll just teleport us there. Tell me where you would like us to teleport to. I have teleportation circles set up in secret locations in each of the 10 towns. It is your choice." And so I will throw this map back up. And you can choose.
Well, we'll use our perception to see mainly, is there one major glow or are there 2?
So you can.
East Haven is where we're going to go if we don't know.
East Haven, it would be your guess that Dugan's Hole and Goodmead are the glows.
Yeah, okay, so East Haven.
Okay. Good choice. The last one on that list would be Bryn Shander. And that would be a good one to save, but the reality is that if you go to Bryn Shander and wait for the dragon to come to you, that means it wiped out all of the other towns. So, hooray!
It's incessant complaining about the cold.
I know, hooray! We're heroes.
We've solved the cold. You guys are now just complaining about your burns.
She starts to do her incantation. You can see out of the sky comes flying down this white owl, and it perches onto her shoulder. It is obvious to you that this owl is her familiar. And after but a few moments, she teleports you to East Haven. Hold on a moment here. I'm just gonna
I'm not a magic user in the traditional sense, but I am very interested in it, fascinated, I guess you should say. So I'll look around to see where she's teleported us and if there's like arcane circle on the ground or something interesting, just for the hell of it.
Okay,
just because it's cool.
Oops.
Imagine how much money I could have made as a merchant if I could teleport from point to point.
Right.
Wouldn't have to pay those damn shippers all that money. Worry about bandits.
Yeah, all the shipping fees you wouldn't have to pay.
That's right. You wizards are really missing a bet. You really should go into sales. Shipping. You could own the 10 towns, I tell you. You're missing it.
Valish Gant says, what good is owning the 10 towns when you could rule the 10 towns?
The same thing.
Theoretically, yeah.
You don't have people after you.
That's true. So you appear on this teleportation circle in the back room of this small farmhouse. The farmhouse seems to be deserted, but you can hear throughout the town. You can hear screams of people running, and you can hear buildings crashing down. And the town is heavy with smoke from fire.
We're too late. We need to engage now.
So I put you a good distance away from where the dragon is. The dragon's kind of in this little town square area. I guess we will just get to it. Hold on here. Because, I mean, it's only a Charlatan dragon. Now, sometimes you guys completely surprise me.
We're not going to negotiate with the Charlatan dragon.
Oh, I didn't think you would. But sometimes you guys completely surprise me, and so I did prep some additional stuff. I don't know that this will be a 3.25 hour long battle like the battle against Tiamat on Saturday was, but let's see here. Where is the dragon? It's funny because there are numerous bosses here that you would think you're like, oh, Charlotte, well, that's going to be like, this is like an end of campaign thing. No, not so much. And I'm discovering some more that are like that too. Oh, that's tragic. Poor dragon. And it's not the worst thing that it could roll, but... You guys go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh my God.
It's going to be one of those days.
Showing. My cataracts prevent me from seeing anything. My arthritis has stopped me from engaging in combat.
The damn smoke is making you sneeze.
Yeah. Got COPD. I can't breathe. I'm wheezing. Now I gained deeper understanding of our connection with my patron, aka I leveled up.
Yep.
But I've held on to the damage that we had from the last session because we haven't really had a chance to heal.
That's true.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Spend some hit dice and see if I can't recover.
Yeah, you if you guys want to spend some hit dice, you can. There was enough time for you to have a short rest. So if you have damage, you can roll some hit dice and get some of that back.
There we go.
Yeah, and remember you get a bonus of something to be announced.
A bonus of TBD.
An extra 1d6.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just spend 2 dice instead of 3.
And Scrapbeard's all shiny and new.
Yeah, after all this is over, Scrapbeard, we're going to have to discuss how hanging back and assessing the situation for, an hour or two is probably not the best way to get into battle.
All right, Scrapbeard. So as you guys exit the farmhouse, you catch the eye of 3 kind of wannabe adventurers. I mean, you could just look at them. You're like, oh, yeah, they're of the same ilk as we are. And they come running over to you. And they're all talking at once. But the gist of what they're trying to say is that they know that you are the adventurers, your heroes of 10 towns. And that they want to follow in your footsteps and join your party. So you each get your sidekick that I passed out. One is a
goblin.
Yep, one's a Kenku, one's a goblin. Who the goblin actually followed you all the way from the Goblin Fortress. And then you start to hear the sound of something heavy running through the snow. And when you turn and look, you see that, and it runs right through a damaged building, just through the wall and completely. It comes out the other side.
It's the Kool-Aid Man.
It is. It is actually the Shield Guardian that you activated, 2 game sessions ago?
Yes.
And it comes right up to Turpin and stops like it's waiting for orders. But it follows wherever you go in a defensive posture.
I recognize this. This came from your fortress, and I try not to grin as I say fortress. And I'm speaking to the goblin.
Yeah, the goblin's like, oh yeah, the big boss used that as big decoration.
And I'll fish out the control amulet and go the Rubik's Cube and go, damn, we must have finally got the right combination.
So, Turpin, you have access to the Shield Guardian. I believe I gave you stats for the Shield Guardian. Maybe.
I did not record them, so I will do a quick check here.
Yeah, if you've got D&D Beyond or even Roll20, I think you can find it. Yeah, I couldn't. I thought I did, but it was a while ago, and
got him here.
Cool. So the Shield Guardian will also go at the end of your turn. So,
Okay.
so unlike the sidekicks who can go at the beginning or the end of your turn, the Shield Guardian will go at the end of your turn every time. So, Scrapbeard, what would you like to do?
Activate Rage Protocol.
Okay, so you are raging.
And then I'm going to use my action to pick up the small goblin.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to pull up everything. Make sure I have using the rage. And then
You could throw the goblin at the dragon.
I have 40 movement speed. 5. Wait, there's a button for this.
Yeah, if you click like you're going to drag him and then tap your right mouse button, it'll give you a meter.
When I hit here, I want to use my Primal Leap ability.
Okay.
So I roll an athletics check to see how high or far I can jump.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Would 7 feet be enough to get onto the roof?
Let me take a look at this building. Probably not. This building is going to be an inn of some kind, so no, the roof is going to be up to 10 feet.
Now you're supposed to add when you
sorry, 20 feet.
You're supposed to add. You calculate your leap and then add 1.5 of your body height to show where your fingers grab. Did you add 1.5 of your body height?
I have not.
So that would be another 9 feet if you're 6 feet tall.
6, 7.
So basically, you're what would you say, 7 feet plus 9 or 10? So 17 feet. You might be able to get your fingertips on the roof.
Still wouldn't make it because the edge of the roof is going to be 20 feet up because this is a 2-story structure.
Got it.
While I'm leaping, can I just toss the goblin up there?
Yes, I'll let you do that. So you jump and you throw the goblin. The goblin, go ahead and make a athletics check for the goblin. This should be amusing.
Let's see.
Either athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Okay, thank God. Where's it? Just a flat D20.
The goblin's flying through the air going, I'm rethinking my career choices.
Okay. +2, so that's 18.
Okay, so the goblin has no problem. He lands on the roof and heads up over the steeple of the roof beyond your vision.
Keeping my momentum from that jump, I still had 12 feet of movement, so I'm going to go. I'm going to go this way.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
Okay.
Do you have a little icon for the goblin? I'm just going to put on the right there. I'll have a ping.
Actually, he moved up over the steeple, and he's like over here.
He's behind cover, though. I want him to...
Right. From where the dragon is, yes.
And then goblin is going to hide and hold a bow shot ready for if the dragon notices him or something. Or, yeah.
Okay.
Something gets his attention.
So go ahead and make a stealth check for your goblin.
Come on. Six.
A whole terrifying 6.
Oh no, you've got
the dragon won't be concerned with a lowly goblin.
That's true.
Probably true, yes.
I'll be right back. Colby doesn't have a phone and Mom texted us something.
Okay. Dragon's going to hang off on doing that.
The dragon is going to use all of its abilities on that singular guy.
No.
Burned 3 legendary resistances against the goblin.
It is aware of the goblin. It has a passive perception of 10. Dragon's going to step over here, and it is going to swing its tail. 29 to hit. Definitely hits that building.
Yes, yes.
And he does double damage against structures.
I'm with that.
So that building just took 18 points from his tail. He's then going to swipe at it with 2 swipes with its claws. Yeah. 23 to hit, and nat 20 on the second one. He really doesn't like this building. Having to do the maths. So with his claws, he deals 56 damage to the building. And then just to be sure, he's going to batter it with his wings. Soft 20 hits that. And does... another 28 points. So this building next to the dragon that he just attacked, you just see this building collapse. There's nothing left but rubble and broken timbers and thatched roof. And then it just kind of turns its attention back to, another building. It's just going to keep destroying the town. Sam, what would you like to do? Is Sam back?
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
No problem.
So for the companion, does the stretches so good. Does the uncoordinated strike affect spells or just whacking and shooting it?
Coordinated strike. It would also affect spells because it's based off of the help action. So it can, with helpful and coordinated strike, it can do its help action up to 30 feet away from the target.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it was like. Okay.
So it would give you advantage on your 2-hit spells as well.
Sweet. Gives me advantage on my make them have a saving throw spells.
No. Only on spells that you have to roll to hit.
Exactly. I have advantage on my spells that I don't roll on to hit. I get to roll nothing twice. It's great.
Right.
Yeah.
But the help action doesn't apply to those spells.
Yeah. That was my awful attempt at sarcasm.
No, I got you.
You need an Eldritch Blast. I'm telling you, it's awesome. It's got a roll to hit and everything.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Anyway, let's hope this thing is either A, not immune to illusions and mental stuff, and B, doesn't have high mental scores. So I'm gonna try a Phantasmal Force on it. Has to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. So, well, first of all, let me zoom out. Okay, so you don't have line of sight on the dragon.
I forgot there was a building.
Right.
An undestroyed building.
An undestroyed building, right.
Is this whole, like, line thing a cliffside?
Yeah, it's a little ridge.
Okay.
It's only 5 feet high, though.
Okay.
We can hear the direction that the massive destruction of a building is coming from.
Right, and I mean, every time the dragon moves, you can hear it. I mean, something this large isn't going to escape your notice.
So use your action to move and get line of sight on it.
Yeah, you can move, and then as your action, you can attack.
Yeah.
Like if you...
I'm just thinking, could I chill here and look like underneath the tree?
Yeah, and so let's see here. That puts you about 60 feet away. Roughly.
Sweet.
So he needs to make an intelligence check, correct?
Yes.
Intelligence saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a 17.
Wait, hold on.
Holy crap.
No, it doesn't play here. Okay. You said 17?
Yep.
Sweet, that's exactly what I didn't want to hear.
Okay.
I'm gonna take this step back this way.
Okay. Did you want your sidekick to do anything?
Not yet. Ideally, it would not. I don't want to attract its attention yet.
Well, okay. All right. So then, Turpin, what would you like to do?
Call on the gods to destroy this thing, but let's talk about what I can actually do. Well, first off, I hurriedly communicate with Sarah and say, get up, get a view from up high, try to figure out what this dragon, what motivates this dragon. And so I send Sarah up to survey and see if she can figure any patterns, because it's a machine.
Right.
And I hear that it's coming from the northwest, or if north is up on this map. And so let's see. I'm just going to move. I'll do a move up to here, with 30 feet. And I'm looking at the shield guardian thing.
Okay.
And I'll say, if you can understand me, engage with a large black dragon.
Okay.
I think it's that way, and I'll point.
Okay, so what's the movement on the shield guardian?
His movement is 30, so he's got the same as me. So he could get around the corner and spot the dragon or something.
Yeah, I mean, he could move as far as right here.
And let me see, my being able to tell him to do anything, is that an action or is that a bonus or what? Let's see.
I think if you command the shield guardian, it's going to go at the end of your turn. You don't have to command him. I mean, The command is really a free action.
Yeah, I don't
Because
I don't see anything called out. So
aside from you having the control amulet, beyond that, it acts on its own with the imperative of protecting you or doing as you tell it to do.
right. I have no idea about this thing whatsoever. So it's a big thing, and all I care about is stopping the dragon. So I say, hey, if you could do anything, stop the dragon.
Okay, so
I'll pretend like I know more about it next time.
okay, so it'll move to here and basically ready in action if the dragon gets closer. Other than that, on its next turn, it'll move to engage the dragon. So Scrapbeard, you see
Mutant because Big Wolf thought someone knocked at the door.
Oh, okay. Hold on here. Okay. So did you have to go get the door, or are you still with us? I think he had to go get the door. Ooh.
What do I see?
So you see coming out of this building here, 3 Durgar that are enlarged, so they are large size, have come out. They're wielding their pickaxes and just indiscriminately slaughtering people as they're moving around the town screaming. But it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I am going to use my charger feat.
Okay.
So if I move here, I take my action to dash, I can get a free hit in, 2 hits in. With I manifested as claws this time.
Okay.
I'll figure this out eventually. Right up to the dragon.
So you're going to charge up the dragon. Okay. Make your attacks.
The first hit is gets +5 to the damage because of the charger feat.
Okay. But what was your attack roll?
Oh. 21 on the first hit.
That is.
Oh, that looks like a crit too.
It says it's a crit, but we established this last time that it's stubborn.
Yeah.
It's just a faulty equation, right?
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. That's very weird.
It has a lot of math inside of it that doesn't look like a regular roll.
Right.
So that would be 9. That'd be 14 damage.
Okay. Your
My second claw attack.
second attack.
I'll do that when it's.
So a 10 does not hit.
That's my turn, and then my goblin Skronk is going to shoot an arrow at him.
Okay.
Twice.
Okay. You can do that.
Just do 2 rolls right now.
That's a hit.
Both are +6. Oh, it didn't calculate them separately. Oops.
Now.
I thought it might. Okay. That's a 17.
17 hits.
And then the second hit is 18.
That's a hit. Both of them hit.
Okay. Let's roll 2d6 +4. What the fuck? So that's 16 damage from 2 bow shots from this little goblin.
So the dragon actually only takes 8 points, though.
I mean, that's fun.
That's still good for.
Amazing.
That's still good for a goblin with a normal bow and arrow, but okay.
And my claws have manifested into, like, instead of claws, they're like essentially just gas-propelled spikes.
Okay. But at level
Yeah,
6,
okay.
they count as magic, don't they?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Let me check. In a sec. Be right.
I think it's either level 6 or level 7 that they count as your claw attacks count as magical.
Pretty sure it's level 6. I think that's what he sent in the chat.
Yeah.
Still, that is one plucky little goblin.
Yeah. Oh, I miss the good old days where I used to kill all of Anthony's sidekicks. Well, while we're waiting for him, the Charlatan Dragon No way. I can get a 2 for 1. The Charlatan Dragon exhales a ray of radiant energy in a 120-foot line that is 5 feet wide. So, Scrapbeard and Sam need to make DC 16 dexterity saving throws, or take half damage on. You'll take half damage on a successful save.
I was expecting that check to be much worse.
And the edge of this poor building is also going to get it.
Oh yeah.
It does not matter that I expected that check to be much worse.
What'd you get?
Let's see.
Okay, the strange one at the door is left.
So,
Six.
Scrapbeard, you need to make a
2
Sorry.
plus 6 is 8. Yes.
So you need to Scrapbeard. You need to make a DC 16 dexterity saving throw.
Just shot out.
It's breathing a 120-foot line of radiant energy.
12.
All right, so you're both going to eat shit along with the corner of that building.
No.
Do I need to roll one for the goblin too?
No, we're going to deal with the goblin in a minute.
We're gonna kill the goblin in a minute. But he's on the roof, so when this building catches fire from the radiant energy, then
So both Scrapbeard and Sam take 27 points of radiant damage. The corner of the building, basically this whole corner here just explodes into shrapnel of stone, splintered timber, and catches fire because the roof is thatch. The goblin that's up there needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
I thought he was on the right-hand side, like right in the groove.
Well, we're going to get to that, but he needs to make a saving throw.
A dexterity saving throw, you said?
Correct.
Alright, let's see how he rolls. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, I didn't see the 4. I thought it was just the nat 1. Strong? What the hell? That's 16.
Okay, so he saves. He jumps out of the way as this corner catches fire. The rest of the roof, because the splintering timbers blew out the beams, the rest of the roof becomes unstable, and Skronk almost fell through the ceiling into this inn.
Skrunk's fine.
But Skronk's fine. Sam, what would you like to do?
I have 7 health, so I don't think I should be standing here anymore.
Right.
Just caught a glance at the god beam.
Yeah, you guys didn't catch a glance. You looked right into the sun.
And the sun
Scrapbeard
stared
did
back.
it smiling. You're at 7 HP from that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still at 38.
He's a bard, so
Oh no.
I'm a bard who had 5 health from the last battle.
yeah, we're still wounded from fighting in the other place. Well, you could have spent your hit dice.
yeah. Did you spend any hit dice to
I
get?
did.
Oh,
All
okay.
of them.
Oh no.
I'm at 7 health now.
Good thing
Did when you rolled your hit dice? Did you remember to add your Constitution
Yes.
modifier? You did. Okay, now, just checking. Do you have any healing spells?
I did not remember to add that.
You might want to do that.
Yeah, you're putting out the fires and looking at your boo-boos and going, hey, it's not as bad as I thought.
Still hurts.
He's like really tan. He's like Tim Allen in Meet the Kronks, where he goes tan, he comes back, he's just brown.
Are we? We don't have attunement to the items we got yet, do we?
I would say that yes, you do. You had enough time in your talking with Grandolpha that allowed you to spend your hit dice and attune to any items that you had picked up.
Yep. While a bunch of no-name peasants got killed in one of those other, in Dugan's Hole or something, while we just said, oh, you know what, we'll get around to it.
Oh, it's a hole now.
Good mead is now just going to be called mead.
Yes, just me.
Just mead. The 4 people that still live there.
Alright. I'm going to measure out a distance. And then I shall organize my tabs because they're all over the place. Just like my brain always is. Let's see. 6 feet long, 7 foot high, 5 feet thick. Okay. So that would be flee. Okay.
So how the heck are the Duergar getting here?
They
They must
were
have been
probably
planted
already here.
Yeah, they must have been planted in the town and
Right. They're probably planted in all the towns.
right.
And because of their invisibility trait, they've been waiting.
I rotate. And then I move that right along the ledge. There. I will cast using my very fancy harp. Wall of Thorns.
Okay. Wall of Thorns. Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah.
Does he make a deck save or?
Everything in that Wall of Thorns makes a deck save.
Okay. Oh no. Dragon gets a nat 1. And let's see. There is a
Vines.
Duergar who gets a 17.
Crap.
But the Charlatan Dragon will take damage for sure.
Okay. So that is. So one that got that succeeded takes half damage, so a normal attack of 30. So one that succeeded got 15.
Okay. So the Duergar is going to take 15. Right here.
Wall of Thorns is pretty awesome.
I think they get the point.
Piercing damage in case that matters.
And so, how much did so the dragon took 15? How?
30 is the normal damage.
Okay. So this Duergar actually dies. That one is dead. The dragon.
You see this giant arm hanging out of the walls of thorns with blood, and it just shrivels up to normal size.
The dragon only takes 7 points from that. Okay. Anything with your movement?
Yeah, I'm going to not be there. This tree is looking nice right now.
Yeah. And did you want your sidekick to do anything?
Yeah, it's gonna. Right now it's following me. I'm gonna have it go over here next turn.
Next to the Shield Guardian?
Yeah, next turn, because right now it would have used all of its movement with me.
Okay. All right. Turpin.
And then
Oh.
at the beginning, well, whenever the dragon moves back into that, for whatever reason, if it wanted to, it would need to make a save again.
Okay.
Or ends its turn in there.
Okay. Turpin, what would you like to do?
Well, as a bonus action, since I've made better connection with my Ifriti patron, my feet actually lift off the ground and I fly with little tornadoes underneath from my knees down below my feet.
Nice.
So I can do that like proficiency bonus times per long rest.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool. And it lasts for 10 minutes too. So that's cool. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. And, let's see. Yeah. So I'm going to move up to here. So I've gone vertically and up because I need to see. I can't see anything.
Right.
And I am up, and I see this big honking Chardelin dragon. And that's bad news. And I will
decide that I don't like it up here and go back down.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to... Actually, you're correct, sir, because I'm going to Eldritch Blast it and then drop back below the level of this ruined roof.
Okay.
So while I am floating above, I will batingo, and that one sucks. And then I'll shoot my second one, and that one sucks too. So a couple of a 13 and a 14 to hit.
Menacing light show.
So
Yes.
your two Eldritch Blasts like ricochet off of its wings, and then you're going to move back down.
And I'm going to descend to where I've got a whole total cover.
Okay.
It's over there, Mr. Roboto. Get it.
Okay. So your shield guardian can run in and make an
He can't
attack.
do anything, but yeah. So he's going to see. I want you to see my cool.
Yeah, I see him.
large robot that I drew here. So
I would say the shield guardian can move in and make an attack.
All right. So he moves in and makes his attack. And it says right here, he multi-attacks with his fists. They are +7. And so I will do rolls here. Boom. So that's a 9 + 7 is a 16.
That's a miss.
And a 7 + 7 is less than 16. So that's probably got the same outcome.
So yeah, he clings against it, but the Chardelin dragon uses its wings to block, fend him off. Did you want
Godzilla?
Did you want your sidekick to do anything?
Oh, my sidekick hasn't come in. We met Boy while we were on our
Right.
sleds.
Right. So yeah, part of that group was Boy, who, if you remember, was the sled dog that led you to the injured climber.
Right.
So
I have told Boy to go get somewhere safe, Boy, because I have no idea if he's,
well,
this is brand new. I'll figure out how to use him later.
yeah, he basically he's a warrior, but his chosen weapon, of course, is a bite.
Right. And he's great and everything, but he's a dog, and I don't want my dog to get hurt. So
Right. That's
he
true.
goes and hides. I'd say, hide. Don't. If you see anybody you can protect, do that. But go away.
Okay. Let's see here. The Duergar are unhappy about this wall. So this one is going to dash. And he gets to there. This one is also going to dash. And that's going to take half his movement to get through that, because it's difficult terrain.
And then when they go through it, they need to make dex checks.
Through what?
Oh, if they go through
The wall, but they didn't. They went around it. So this guy is actually up here. This guy's down here. Yeah, they're Duergar. They're not dumb.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's all they can do. Scrapbeard, what would you like to do?
Just two big old haymakers.
All right. Now, if you're just using your claws, I would say that you can also make a bonus attack with your claw as an offhand.
Oh, that was really close to a net one.
Yes,
That's 20. That's a 25 hit.
it does.
Okay. Second attack. 12.
No.
Third attack. 23.
Yes. So the first attack at 25 is a normal attack. The 23 bonus attack is actually you cannot add your strength or dex modifier to the damage.
Okay. Fuck. So first hit is 3.
Okay.
Second hit is 2.
Oh shit.
I rolled very poorly on day.
And last hit's a 5.
No, it was only 2 attacks. It's doing that thing where it rolls twice for some reason, thinking that I crit.
Oh, I see. But what about your bonus attack?
The bonus
Oh, I see.
attack that hit.
No, I gotcha. All right. So your claws are doing damage. You can see these large gash marks where your claws hit in its legs. What do you want your Skrunk the Goblin to do?
Skronk is gonna jump towards behind the bend of the burning building, but on the northern side.
So
the
here.
top right corner of the building. On the other side of that right.
So over.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
And he's gonna take 2 more arrow shots at the dragon.
Okay. Go for it.
All right. First shot. He drops his bow off the building.
So Skronk goes to fire an arrow and realizes that he only brought 2 arrows with him. And so he's out of ammo.
Then let's see. Skronk was here. So he's just gonna hop off the building and start rushing the dragon.
Okay. So he starts rushing the dragon. The Charlin dragon, well, first of all, does not recharge its breath weapon.
Thank God.
So it is going to, the first thing that it does is it uses Malevolent Presence. Any creature with an intelligence of 4 or more that is within 30 feet of the dragon must succeed on a DC 16 wisdom saving throw or be charmed by it for 1 minute. So let's see here. Who is this going to affect? I mean, obviously it's going to affect Scrapbeard.
Good luck, boys.
Thank God the
It'll affect...
Shield Guardian is immune to being charmed.
Oh wait, am I rage? I think I'm immune to being charmed while raging.
Are you? What's the intelligence of the Shield Guardian?
7.
Okay. So the Shield Guardian needs to make a DC 16 wisdom saving throw.
Nope,
Does his charm immunity?
Oh, yeah, so he's immune to that.
Shield Guardian may have to smack me once.
Oh, shit. Okay.
What about Skronk?
Skronk wouldn't be close enough. He's about 15 feet out of range. I actually measured to see how far it was that he moved, and he is not within range. Okay. A creature charmed in this way fixates on another creature or object that the dragon mentally chooses and must, on each of its turns, move as close as it can to that target and use its action to make a melee attack against it. If the dragon doesn't choose a target, the charmed creature can act normally on its turn. So the dragon tells Scrapbeard to attack the Shield Guardian.
Cut the goblin.
Maybe in the future. But then it is then going to make a multi-attack of a tail and 2 claws on the Shield Guardian. So the tail attack (19) to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. So the Shield Guardian takes 18 points of bludgeoning damage. And then it is going to make 2 claw attacks. First claw attack, 28 to hit.
Oh yeah, no, that misses.
Second claw attack is another 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
So the total damage on that . 24 points of slashing damage.
Okay. I'm keeping track of his hit points on one of Turpin's little circles that he's got, the red circle.
Okay. And then the Charlatan Dragon. Well, first of all, the Charlatan Dragon needs to make a dex save because it started its turn in the Wall of Thorns.
That only happens if it ends its turn in it.
Oh, okay. So
Well, if it ends the turn.
the dragon takes to the sky and flies and lands here.
Okay. Does the Shield Guardian get an opportunity attack?
It does.
Okay, a 16 plus 7 is 23.
That hits.
And if it's damage, let's see. The multi-attack doesn't apply to opportunity attack.
Right.
It looks like it takes 11. It's just a flat 11 damage. Or
Okay.
I could roll 2d6 plus 4, but whatever.
Okay. So as the dragon takes flight, the Shield Guardian, you hear a clang as it bashes the side of this dragon. And that is the dragon's turn. Sam, what would you like to do? Probably poop your pants.
Not be here, ideally.
Do I not see Sam because he's underneath? Oh, there he is. I was like, oh no, the dragon has killed Sam.
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
Can you fight? Can you fight charmed with charmed?
Mm,
Can I charm him
no.
to counteract?
If he's already charmed, then he's charmed. There can only be one charm effect at a time.
Okay.
Rather than dispel the charm, we'll just charm him to be our friends again. No, unfortunately, that doesn't work.
I don't know. I wasn't gonna charm him to be our friends. I was just gonna charm him to attack other things.
Right. So I guess the first question is, are you going to continue concentrating on the Wall of Thorns?
No.
Okay.
That's gone.
Okay. So there you go.
Bad for several reasons.
Sam, get out of there.
I don't know, I'm looking at this map and I'm wondering what this farmstead is growing over here.
Well, no, they've got a bunch of cows or something. That's a bale.
Oh, okay. Because I've zoomed way out, so it kind of looks like a bowling ball with feathers. I don't know. It's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, well, I've been wondering about the logs or the weird little, I don't know what the hell they are, sea anemones or something
They're
like that.
tree stumps.
Oh, those are tree stumps. And then they have this tree laying on the ground with like a cloth over it, like it's, they're covering its mortal remains.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Over here, there's a couple of tents. It was very peculiar.
Arborist CSI.
Yes.
Investigation. Those are tree stumps. Oh God, it's the weirdest root system I've ever seen coming out of a tree.
Yeah. Yeah, they're tree stumps with a little bit of snow on them.
All right, I'm going to go. This way.
Okay. Was that a dash action, or you?
No, that's a regular. Oh my god. Not a, oh my freaking god. And
I think you should go ahead and add the freaking and get around the corner to where the dragon doesn't see you.
Ideally, I won't need that. I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern on it.
Okay.
Well, in a 30-foot area square around it, but that's the only thing it can hit, so. Let's see. It needs to make a Wisdom save.
Okay. Oh, it only got a 4.
Yay!
Sweet. Creature becomes charmed for the duration, which is 1
Yep.
minute while charmed.
Condition immunity is charmed. So if you want to not cast that, you don't have to. You can cast something else.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's a freaking robot.
Yeah, it's a construct, so they're immune to charm.
Why am I?
Well, yeah, that's the shitty thing about Warforged, is that you stop being a construct and they turned you into a real boy.
Pretty dragon.
I can't do that. Mimic that.
The benefit of being a Warforged is that you don't have to worry about the effects of aging, and you've always got wood.
So it's going up this ledge 5 foot.
Yes.
Cool.
So did you dash? What are you doing?
Dashing, yeah.
Okay. Did you want your sidekick to do anything?
Survive.
No, because that would require also being there.
Well, I mean, you could send him into attack, but
Oh wait, he also has the I forgot he has cunning action.
right.
Yeah, so he can run with me and shoot. Yay!
Yeah, he can shoot. And at 7th level, he gets evasion, I believe. You've got an expert, right?
Yeah. So while we're running for our lives, he's just gonna attempt to pelt it with an arrow.
Okay. Yeah, he can do that twice.
So a 21 to hit and a higher than 21. I can't math right now.
Okay. They both. If it's higher than 21, then they both hit.
24, that's the number. That's 6 plus 8. It's 14.
Okay. So he takes 7. You are slowly whittling him down. Okay.
I just point to what's your face, Robot Man? Scrapbeard,
Mr.
that's it.
Oh yeah, Scrapbeard.
I got though.
I just shout, go in that way. Go in it, please.
Turpin, what would you like to do?
Well, so I fumble at my waist where I've been carrying this horn all this time.
Oh, the Horn of Blasting?
And I pull it out and look, because it's now pretty clear that at least I'm not going to destroy my allies using it. And I let it rip at this Charlatan dragon.
Okay.
And it needs a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Gets a 16.
All right. So in that case, creatures and objects made of glass or crystal have disadvantage on the saving throw.
Okay. Well, I would say that would count. Let's see. Nope, he only gets an 11.
Oh, great. Says creatures and objects made of glass or crystal have disadvantage on saving throws and take 10d6 thunder damage instead of 5d6.
Ooh, okay.
So let's do I better type that one in. All right, so he takes 35.
Oof.
And slash roll. Okay, and I have a 20% chance. Oh, I'll just do it. Everybody's good at percentages, so I'll just do it. There's a 20% chance, so at the bottom at the low end would suck. Ah, good. The horn doesn't explode in my face.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. So, did you want to move at all?
Oh, hell yes. I'm gonna move over here and because I was hiding from the damn thing, and then it flew over here, and I was like, holy crap, it sees me. And so I'm going over here and dropping down to the ground because this house is collapsed and there's only 6 feet of rubble, so it's hard for me to hide behind.
There's a goblin hiding behind you too.
Yeah. I have to hide behind it somehow.
And you've sent Boy to hide. What did you want to do with the Shield Guardian?
Well, the Shield Guardian, I'm not paying much attention to him, so he will.
He'll attempt to continue to attack the dragon. I mean, on it.
He's going to recover 10 hit points because that's just what he does, and he'll move there.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
he would move right here on his way to try and get to the dragon.
I'm having technical difficulties. There we go.
Whoop. There you go.
Oh, dang it.
Lost a piece of it.
Oh, I lost a piece.
Okay. Give me just a moment. I'm going to go grab some more water, and I will be right back.
But dare you stay hydrated.
I know, right? Got to stay hydrated while you're playing D&D.
Like all good athletes. Oh, Scrapbeard, you get to make an opportunity attack against Mr. Roboto because he just ignored you and walked away.
Right.
Does a 13 hit?
Nah, good. He's got an armor class of 17.
Excellent. I've never been so happy to miss.
being charmed or paralyzed or whatever, they just suck. Well, charmed isn't too bad if you secretly want to destroy your other players' characters. You actually have cause to PvP.
That's what I want to.
Yeah, it sucks when you don't really want to, but when your sister's boyfriend is playing and he's a total asshole, it can come in handy.
Something I can totally relate to. A brother and no companions for each of us.
No what? No what for each of you?
No companion.
I was trying to think of how to use the horn of blasting multiple times, but I don't know how you can hand it off. You do get a free object interaction, right? So if we were standing next to each other, I could blow it, and my one free object interaction would be to hand it to the guy next to me. It would just be a kind of a hot potato thing to see who was blowing it when it blew up in their face.
That's really dumb, and I fully support that.
This is where we need that spell Earthbind, the one that hardly anybody ever gets, and it's super situational, but this is the situation.
Where are we going? 8 or 9?
Okay. The Duergar. Duergar. This Duergar is going to run up and attack the Shield Guardian with his War Pick. Yeah. Does a 13 hit the Shield Guardian?
No, he's 17.
Yeah, I didn't think so. And That Duergar is going to move there and throw a javelin at Turpin. Shit.
That hits.
13.
That hits.
Okay. So, Turpin.
Attacking an old man. Where are all the people that live and work in these little thatched roof buildings? I guess they fled.
Running around screaming.
Dead.
11 points of piercing damage. Okay. So, Scrapbeard, you're charmed, and you were told to attack the Shield Guardian.
Does he get saves every round, or is it save and fail forever?
So, he gets a save. Let's see here. At the end of his turn. So the Shield Guardian is here.
I don't want to go that way. And I'm going to use the charge action.
Okay.
Gotta be as realistic as I could.
This is almost like the time where you guys had to kill David's character. He's what? He's
gonna hit.
Yeah, that I believe that hits Shield Guardian.
Stop rolling twice.
So
crits.
So 6
6 damage.
Plus 5 from charging. So that's
Okay, 11 damage.
And then you get another attack.
I mean, roll damage. Fuck. Okay, 15.
Yeah. Okay, he misses that one.
And
Or
your
rather, the armor sheds the damage.
and then your bonus attack.
I didn't think I got one because I used the action to charge, but I'll sure.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right. Sorry.
It would have missed regardless.
What does Skronk do? Skronk is deeply confused on why Scrapbeard is attacking his own people.
Let's realize that the old man he's hiding behind is in danger, so he's going to use his scimitar on the big giant dwarf.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
Dirty 20.
That hits.
And 10.
Okay, he gets another attack.
No, the first roll to hit was a dirty 20. The second roll to hit was a 10.
Oh, the 10 misses. So how much damage for the first hit?
4.
Okay.
Tells them, pick on someone your own size.
The dwarf looks at the goblin and just starts laughing.
And now for that wisdom saving throw at -1. What do I need to save?
So you need to make a DC 16 wisdom saving throw.
How about a 5?
Nope. I'm loving this. It's not very often that I get to succeed at charming a player character.
We had one of the 50 paladins in the other parties.
Yes. Oh, one of our player characters is possessed by an aboleth. We're not going to climb 4 levels out of a dungeon and walk a mile to get away from him. So I guess we got to kill him. So the Shardlin dragon, well, let's see. First of all, shit. The Charlatan Dragon's breath weapon does not recharge. Man, I know what I could do. So the dragon
Further crushes the building.
crushes into the building and then spreads its wings and flies to here and is going to make a tail attack on Sam.
No.
Oh, shit. 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gonna have to whip out my really powerful magics.
Yes.
The one that's what is it? Spare the dying.
18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Well, I'm down.
Oh shit!
Dun, dun, dun.
Run away!
Sam is going to be making...
Anyway.
Sam is going to be making death saves. And let's see. He's out of walking movement. So that's all he's going to do. Sam, go ahead and make your first death save.
7.
Oh, that's your first failure.
Mm.
Well, now actually though, Sam, your Kenku sidekick could attempt to stabilize you. So your Kenku can make a medicine check, which would be its intelligence modifier.
With the DC of what?
10.
4.
Oh, shit. The Kenku's like, I'm not a doctor.
Don't plug that hole. That's where he breathes. Plug the one with the blood gushing out.
Wait a minute. That's not right. Oh, Sam Turpin. What would you like to do?
Well, Turpin will, using his little turbojets shooting out of the bottom of his feet, he'll fly over to Sam and cast Spare the Dying to save him.
Okay, so Sam, you have succeeded. You are at 0 hit points. You are unconscious.
And then he'll, I don't know if he can do it, but he'll try and drag him to, away from the big nasty dragon.
Yeah, I'd let you do that.
Okay, so I'll try to get Sam right over to, realistically to the corner of that building, whatever's left of it.
Okay. All right. Does Turpin want to call in Sam or call in Boy the dog?
Yeah, boy, get Sam out of here and protect him.
Okay.
So Boy will come up and bite onto the collar of Sam's
So
leather jacket. And
yeah,
drag him off.
Boy has 40 feet of movement. He can drag Sam like over here. All right. Duergar, the first Duergar. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you want your
The Mr. Roboto.
yes, your shield guardian?
I think if he smacks me, I might wake up.
Yeah, I think I was a little bit concerned with Sam, so he's still on autopilot.
Okay.
Which means
He's running back to the dragon.
he's going to go back to the dragon. He's going to take 2 opportunity attacks.
Yep.
One from...
So the Duergar gets a 21 to hit with his war
That'll
pick.
hit.
24.
Hold on, let me do
Bullshit.
damage for the war pick.
Stop rolling crit damage. Oh.
So 14 points of damage from the war pick.
Okay.
4 damage from the barbarian.
So a total of 18. Oops.
And then he can make his 2 attacks.
Okay. So this is +7. So that's a 25, which will hit.
Yes.
And he'll make a second attack, which is going to be a 15, which won't hit.
Right.
And the damage is 11.
So he takes 5.
And it's my turn, so he regenerates.
Okay. This Duergar is going to swing at at Skronk the Goblin.
No.
16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Skronk is going to take 11 points of piercing damage.
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, Skronk's got quite a bit of hit points for a goblin.
That puts him at 21.
Okay. And Scrapbeard, what would you like to do?
What would I like to do? It's my turn already.
It is.
I'm smack the shield guardian some more.
Okay.
Which means I'm gonna take my charge action because he's more than 10 feet away. That misses. That hits. Stop saying it's a crit. It's not.
Getting your hopes up.
5 damage.
So 5 damage to the shield guardian.
Okay. He's down to 86.
What is
So
Skronk gonna do?
He's gonna not back down. He's gonna fight that dwarf.
Okay.
Oh yes, draw.
Yeah.
That is a nat 20.
That goblin is the best of us right there.
So that's a total of 12 damage
Okay.
with the scimitar stab, and then the second attack. He got a little confident from the first swing.
So that was
Strong is doing.
so
Strong is doing the, are you not entertained?
that was a nat 20. So he actually did 24 points of damage.
That was 2d6.
Or
I'd already doubled it.
oh, you already doubled. Okay. All right. So the dwarf isn't quite so smug anymore.
Gonna get taken out by a little goblin. And now I roll my save. Please, God. Nope. It teetered towards 18, and then it fell back over to 4.
Okay. The dwarf takes a pretty nasty slash from Skronk and is like, "You little shit." This
Skronk is
dwarf,
laughing.
Tassie, stop attacking me.
Skronk's disciple is working with him.
Hey. Let's see here. This Duergar. Oh my god. Hold on. I have to go kill a cat.
Get up, Daffy. Are you scheduled till 5?
You get out of here. She's been just a little shit today. I don't know what her deal is. She like needs constant attention. And then if I don't give her attention, then she attacks my feet. Well, pay attention to me. This dwarf. Oh, cool. He's going to run up and he's going to swing on the Shield Guardian. 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. For 11 points of piercing damage.
Right.
All right. So let's see. So Scrapbeard just went. Skronk just went. The Charlatan Dragon recharges his breath weapon. Yeah, fuck it. He doesn't care about Scrapbeard. So the
Hold up. I care about Scrapbeard.
the Shield Guardian and Scrapbeard both need to make DC 16 dexterity saving throws.
Does the dwarves and bias need to make dexterity saving throws as well?
No, because the beam is only 5 feet wide. 120 feet long, though.
The dwarf and
All right. Well,
fuck! What is it with my saving throws?
he just takes it.
All right.
Let's focus on the Shield Guardian.
Shield Guardian just says whatever.
I'm sure his Shield Guardian doesn't just like take all of this from me. Oh, thank you, so kind.
You both take 33 points of radiant damage. And this building is completely annihilated.
Oh, no, I have 5 hit points.
And you're going to use those just slapping at this Shield Guardian's ankle.
My charm, at least.
Do what now?
Does the death beam snap me out of my charm?
Oh yeah, you're no longer charmed.
Thank God.
Yay!
All right. We are to Sam, who is unconscious, but Sam's Kenku friend manages to rouse Sam and bring him up to 1 hit point.
Well, actually, he could search Sam's vials and find one of the superior healings.
Yeah, he could do that. So
down your throat.
yeah, so as an action, Sam's Kenku can force a superior healing potion down Sam's throat.
Yeah, that would be nice. Let's see. How many dice?
Superior.
There you go. 36. Take it.
There you go.
That works. That would be 33, actually.
Why is it 33?
That's my max health.
That was a potion of freaking heal.
All right. So, as for Sam's action, what would Sam like to do? Got anything clever and ingenious?
You bet. This building still exists, right?
Well, partially. There's a big hole in it, like right here, and this entire southern wall is missing, and this is gone. But yeah,
Well,
about half of it's still standing.
I will save the day with. What's the distance for that?
Let's
That's
see.
important to know.
Grab my horn.
50
Move
feet.
over, grab my freaking horn and blow it.
The old man wants you to blow his horn.
Yeah.
How range is it?
It's well, it's 50 feet from where you are.
No, the horn.
Horn's a 30-foot.
So let's see. So if you were right here, you could blow the horn. And as a halfling, you could ride Boy
Oh yeah.
back to Turpin, and Boy has a 40-foot movement.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
And tell your Kenku friend thank you and save yourself.
Yeah, all of your sidekicks are like, maybe we picked the wrong time to join this adventuring party.
We need the heal bots to stay alive.
Yeah, I gave Gabe the fucking heal bot.
Oh, and Gabe's the one who's dying.
Well, Gabe's gone, so yeah.
We have no heal bot.
Oh, that's touch. Why does everything have to be touch? Can I see the either of the dwargar thingies?
From where you are at, no.
Okay.
Because there is a building in your way for both of them.
Yeah. I was just wondering how much building there was. Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna throw a good ol'. I'm just gonna grab your horn.
Okay. So
As a free action, I plug my ears.
So the horn, he needs to make a save, and he's got disadvantage, correct?
Yeah, DC 15 Constitution save with disadvantage.
He got a 16.
Okay, so he'll just take the regular 5d6. Takes half damage. He also gets the deafened condition. I didn't mention that, but I don't think the dragon cares.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Beware, 17 damage.
Okay.
Roll that scary percentile dice.
Oh, that's why you wanted to pass it along. 61.
Okay.
Yes.
How many more uses does the horn have?
Let me see. Blah, 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 blah. It has as many uses as it takes to roll less than 20
Jesus.
percentile die.
Okay. All right.
Which is not, I mean, that's a big freaking chance. We're definitely rolling the dice literally.
Yeah, you're playing craps every time you.
It is going to freaking, every time we blow it, it's vibrating and little cracks are appearing in the horn.
All right.
Attacking 2 more times every turn.
Turpin, what would you like to do?
I grab that horn from Sam and go, give that damn thing to me. And I move up around the corner to where I can see the dragon.
Okay.
And it makes a cone, so I'm going to aim off to the right. Now that I've used it once, I can kind of figure it out a little better. So I'll try to just get the dragon.
So the dragon gets a 17 on its save.
All right. So it's going to take, what did I say, 5d...
5d6?
6. Yeah. Yeah. This thought has that thing already in there. So 19
Okay.
damage.
All right.
And here comes the roll. Hot potato passed. Let's see. Regen on Mr. Roboto. And I haven't had, in this conflict, haven't had time to think about Mr. Roboto. He's new and I'm trying to keep my friends alive and all that. So he's just going to keep pounding on the dragon.
Okay. Go ahead and make your 2 slam attacks.
So kapow! His first one is 16. Kapow! The second one is 10. So he is freaking useless.
Yep, he did nothing. All right. The Durgar. The first Durgar is going to make a war pick attack on Skronk. 19 to hit.
That hits Gronk.
For 10 points of piercing damage.
Skronk has 19 HP.
And the second Duergar is going to make a war pick attack on the Shield Guardian. Ooh, you fucked that up though with only got a 6.
Yeah, that metal's hard.
Yeah.
Ping!
And Scrapbeard, what would you like to do?
So that's 6 turns, so my rage ends.
Okay.
I'll have to reenact my rage.
Pull out your stress ball.
Press a few buttons on my keypad, unlike my arm pad. And then draw, pull out a magic marker and put angry eyes on my face.
Right, yes.
Engaging rage mode.
Enacting rage protocol. And this time I'm going to manifest my weapon as a bite.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at the closest Duragar and go, acceptable fuel source detected, and take a chomp out of his throat.
Okay, go for it. You're right there, so.
Oops.
Fuck.
That misses.
Yes.
Second attack.
That hits.
Okay, now I'm ready. That's 10 plus 2 from raging. That's 12 damage.
Okay.
So my drill teeth just sink into his teeth as blood flows into my mouth, and I heal 6 hit points.
Okay. And you take a nasty gash out of this Durgar, but he's still standing. What would Skrunk like to do?
Continue his duel with this monster.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. The 2 attacks go. First one is a 12 to hit.
That's a miss.
Dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Four damage.
Okay.
How's this dwarf looking?
The Durgar's not looking real good. He's looking far worse than Skrunk is.
Skrunk is like slinging his like scimitar around like whoa. And then Skronk's gonna dance around the dwarf. So instead of being on right next to the dragon, he's gonna be on the left side of the dwarf.
So he's over here. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So the Charlatan dragon. His breath weapon does not recharge.
Thank you. Yeah.
He is going to do. He is going to do a tail attack and 2 claw attacks on the Shield Guardian. So he goes to swing his tail, and his tail gets caught up in these tents over here. It just rips him off the ground, but his tail's like all tangled up in guy wires and all this other shit. So he fails at making his tail attack and is stuck. So he's going to then make his 2 claw attacks. Uh, 26 to hit. The Shield Guardian takes another 16 points of piercing damage, or I'm sorry, slashing damage. Second claw attack. 19 to hit. And so the Shield Guardian will take an additional 11 points of slashing damage. Man, I was really hoping that his death beam would restart. Sam, what would you like to do?
I'm loosely holding the horn.
I'm gonna grab the horn.
We're
You guys just passing it back and forth.
waiting for the damn thing to explode.
Let's blow this horn.
Okay. Charlatan Dragon. That was pretty good.
Don't forget disadvantage.
22 to save with disadvantage.
So he takes 5d6.
19.
Ouch. So you blow this horn, and you can see parts of the shield or the Charlatan dragon falling off of it, and it's kind of limping, but it's still moving.
And the horn's still safe.
Nice.
Dang, that means I have to blow it.
Did you want your
Russian roulette, dude.
Did you want your Kenku to do anything?
he's gonna pelt this thing.
Falling rocks.
He's gonna take the horn.
You're gonna pass the horn to the Kenku?
Here, boy, blow this horn.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
The dragon gets a 19 on his save.
12 damage.
Okay. And the Shardlin dragon, you just see it vibrate for a second and then explode into shards of Shardlin as they scatter across the landscape.
And
Yeah,
the horn
30,
is
so the thing is...
the horn is glowing.
Yeah.
It's got cracks in it, and it's like 150 degrees. It's hot. Put it in the snow, quick.
Okay. Turpin, what would you like to do? There are still 2 Durgar.
A great weight has come off of my shoulders because Sam has that accursed horn, and
I left it with you. That means it's yours.
exactly. So I'll fly up here and take a look at the situation. You stupid machine, attack the damn Durgar, and send that command while I will zap this one over here and try to protect that little goblin child.
Okay.
So, pew, pew, pew. Couple of 14s.
Yep, they both miss.
Okay.
But the Shield Guardian gets 2 slam attacks.
All right. So he's going to regain 10. And he does a slam attack. Plus 7. So that's a 14 and a 15.
Both of those
Just
miss.
Useless.
Both of them
At
miss.
least he's focused on something that he's got a chance with.
Yeah, true. Did you want Boy to run up and bite one of them?
No, I'm going to have... Boy, stay right here.
Okay.
Guard, watch my back.
Stay right here with the horn.
So
No, stay away from that damn horn.
this Durgar can see that, he's bleeding, and so he's going to try and return the favor to Scrapbeard. Rolls a nat 1 and falls to his knees right in front of Scrapbeard.
He's presenting his neck. Oh, God.
So he gets the, ow, my back, little symbol. This one is going to swing his war pick at Skronk. Are you fucking for real? And he trips and drops his fucking weapon.
They've lost their morale because their giant Shardlin dragon just crumbled.
Right. Scrapbeard, what would you like to do?
Chomp, chomp.
Go for it.
$18 and 12.
18 hits.
Are you serious? 6 damage, so I heal 3.
Okay.
Wait, do I get advantage because he's on his knees?
You do.
Okay, that second attack of reroll.
You can re-roll. Yeah, re-roll that second attack, definitely.
Oh!
That's a hit. Roll damage.
The next roll 20.
So nat 20, that's double damage.
This double roll actually works for once. Okay, so that's 4, 13.
Yeah,
So 19 damage.
you
Just rip his head off.
yeah,
Like,
you basically bite down and rip his head off. And what do you want Skronk to do?
Skrunk's gonna finish the fight.
Okay.
And I heal for 9 health. No, I didn't want damage. I wanted health. Now I'm at death 6. Health. There we go. Skronk is going to do his first swing.
It's not very often that I roll 2 nat 1s in a row. That's fucking ridiculous.
14.
That's a miss.
Skronk's too busy laughing to care about hitting him.
Yeah, he misses. Sam, what would you like to do?
Yeah. Hop up the sledge. Go over here. Vicious Mockery.
Okay, so it's a wisdom save.
I wrote down the save for every spell except for this for some reason.
Yeah, I think it's wisdom. He gets a 12.
Yeah, it's wisdom. 3 damage. Haha.
Okay. So now, in addition to bleeding everywhere else, now he's got blood coming out of his ears and his nose.
And he's gonna have blood coming out of some arrow wounds.
Okay.
Shortly.
Go for it.
19 and a 14.
The 19 hits.
Go. Four damage.
That is exactly enough. And he dies. So, you have saved most of East Haven.
Yay, we're heroes of the 8 towns.
Don't worry, they'll rebuild. They're like,
This happens once every few months.
yeah, the 10 towns are a lot like a trailer park in the south right after Twister has come through. Back her on up, Jim Bob. We'll rebuild. You learn that in the town of Dugan's Hold, 25 people, which is half the population, were killed. The survivors included Speaker Dermot, run away to Bryn Shander with as much cherished possessions and some livestock that they could get away with. So they're refugees in Bryn Shander. The town of Goodmead, for some reason, the dragon spared the mead hall, but it destroyed every other structure in town, and it took it less than an hour to do so. 25 people were killed in Goodmead. That's 1/4 of the population. And the survivors fled into the woods before veering toward the east way and following the road to Bryn Shander, taking most of their livestock with them. In East Haven, 250 people were killed in East Haven. That's a third of their population. And that included most of the town's militia. Among the dead was Captain Arlagoth. She was killed in the building that the 3 Duergar came out of. They killed her. They attacked her with surprise and killed her. But you have saved the town, and the rest of the town, or the survivors, didn't flee to Bryn Shander because you showed up and killed the dragon.
And the most important part, now we have witnesses.
Right. So Speaker Daneth Whalen has survived, and he kind of gathers you. The town hall has survived, but of course this tavern did not. But he gathers you all in the damaged tavern called the Wet Trout, and and Velen Harpel joins you. She tells you. Hold on here. She tells you As you sit down, and of course, your food, lodging, and drinks are all on the house for having saved all these people. And Velen tells you, she says, you know, you guys are pretty good in a fight. I need your help to find an ancient city buried under the ice. The city, Ithrin, is a lost fragment of the Empire of Nethril, whose wizards created many of the magic items that we all find scattered across the world today. It holds magic beyond our wildest dreams. We might even find something there to end this hateful winter. Are you intrigued?
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, because we are definitely wanting to end this winter. I'm role-playing here, but we have a lot of people that are destroyed and rebuilding that's undergoing process, and there's a lot of rage. Seems like perhaps an army is being gathered to attack the Sunblight. You know, I can tell you that was... We share the fact that their crazy ruler instigated all this, but the Duergar are still going to be hated, even though the person responsible is dead. But let's assume that all that stuff's being taken care of, and so yeah, we'll go back to trying to end this winter.
She says, excellent, excellent. She continues, using divination magic, the Arcane Brotherhood has learned that the city is buried deep in the Reghead Glacier. But the glacier can be cracked open at a place where a waterfall once flowed down its side, but has since frozen. We have already found the waterfall. All we need now is the magic to break open the glacier. So she informs you of a few things. She says that she learned some things from somebody named Professor Scant. She tells you that Nethril was a vast human empire ruled by wizards whose mastery of the weave remains unsurpassed to this day. Some of what the Netherese wizards learned came from the elves. The rest came from the study of artifacts called the Nether Scrolls. The Netherese created magic that was more powerful than a wish spell and used it to accomplish the impossible. Their magic could shear the tops off of mountains and lift entire cities into the sky. To hold Ithrin aloft, the Netherese wizards would have needed a powerful magic item called a Mythalar. It likely survived the crash and might have other properties as well, including the ability to change weather. She says, think of what that could mean for Icewind Dale. She tells you that Professor Scant, the orb, is an orb. It's called a Professor Orb. And she says, this orb is a family heirloom that was stolen from me by a former colleague named Nas Lantimir. The orb has the personality of a scholar and is named Professor Scant. Its knowledge will help us once we descend into Ithrin. She says that Nas came here, that she was after something called the Codicil of White. She says if we find Nas, then we can find Professor Scant, and Professor Scant can give us more information about getting into the waterfall and into Ithrin.
She's taking notes. What is this? The something of white?
So she says the Codicil of White, written and guarded by Oral's followers, the Codicil of White is rumored to contain a spell or ritual that can carve a passage through the Reghead Glacier under which the lost city of Ithrin is buried. Divination magic has revealed that the book is being held in a frost giant fortress on a mist-shrouded island in the Sea of Moving Ice.
Do we have any, let's see, looking at unraveling this, the Codicil of White might be useful to get through the the frozen waterfall.
Right.
Professor Scant might be useful because he just knows a whole lot of stuff.
Right.
And that's basically his deal. Professor Scant means we got to find this NAS person.
Right. And she says she says that the goal is one and the same, that Nas Lantamir was also a member of the Arcane Brotherhood. So now she knows where the Codicil of White is currently being held in this Frost Giant Fortress, which we would need to go there anyways, because we want to find the Codicil of White so that we can get through the waterfall. So all roads lead to this Frost Giant Fortress.
And NAS is Arcane Brotherhood?
Correct. And
who was this person that we just met today that teleported us over here?
The person you're talking to right now is Velen Harpel. And the Harpel name automatically brings up history for you. The Harpels are a very famous family from the area around Longsaddle. And the most notable thing about the Harpels that comes to memory is that they were an entire family of archwizards. And it is said that the mansion that the Harpels live in is haunted, but you haven't heard of anybody actually confirming those rumors. But her family is very famous around the area. Very rich.
Okay. So Velen Harpel doesn't have a negative reputation or anything in the 10 towns and is a member of a family that's got some level of respect because they're wealthy.
Correct.
And they're wizards.
And they're wizards. Now, whether or not, they're not known as good wizards, but they...
the zombies kind of include some of that in.
Right, yeah. She clearly uses necromantic magic.
They must not be horrible people.
Well, if they have money, they're okay.
Everybody with money's all right.
Uh-huh. Hey, I spent all my money to get my my genie thing.
Last night, my wife and I watched The Last Duel. And she was like, what are those guys over there doing? I'm like, who knows? They're filthy peasants. Nobody knows what peasants are doing.
Yeah. It's kind of like, we're having this battle and buildings are getting blown up, and I'm like, well, there's got to be people in there. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We don't care. We're not even showing them on the map or paying attention to them whatsoever. It's like, whatever.
So Valish Gant speaks up, and he tells you that Velen, of his colleagues, well, hold on here. Let's see here. What does he have to say about Velen Harpel? I need to find it. There it is. He kind of laughs and he looks at Velen and he says, really? Nas Lantamir took your Professor Orb? And he looks at the rest of you and he scoffs and he says, Nas Lantamir, she's a nobody. But he tells Turpin, he kind of leans over and he says, Had powerful members of Velen's family not pulled strings to get her into the Brotherhood, that old scarecrow would still be reanimating dead cats in Longsaddle. So he's not very impressed with her magical abilities.
Right. So I'll go talk to Velen separately and say that Baelish Gant doesn't have much of an opinion of you. It's a pretty low opinion. I have to say that that's probably the best recommendation of your character that you could have received. I was really kind of disturbed to see that you were a necromancer. So how do you use that for the public good? Or do you even care?
She says, the public good? She says, right now, the public isn't really my concern. I only want to get my professor orb back and find the Codicil of White. She says, if I do some public good along the way, then so much the better.
A traditional arcane brotherhood response.
Right. Fairly typical.
You have this teleportation capability. Is it suitable for returning Baelish Gant to his prison? Because we've pretty much used up his whole mission in life was to help us and to help us find the lost spire of Netheril, and we have vastly gone beyond that. So we're dragging this guy around, and he's pretty much met the terms of his release to us. And right now, he's just more of
a pain in your ass.
He's a tag along that is nothing but a risk when we basically vouched for him on a work release.
She says, I see. She says, well, if you are, it sounds like you're planning to join me in my quest, which I would be very happy to have you along. She says, so to get to this island, she says, I plan to use, she says, my teleport spell wouldn't be able to get us to Revel's End to return him. But Revel's End is kind of on the way to where we want to go. I plan to go to Angajuck's Bell and use a awakened sperm whale to travel to the island of Solstice, where we're going to find this frost giant fortress.
Okay.
And she says, you'll understand when you see Angajuk.
All right. Well, it sounds like we need to prepare again. I have to say, life sure throws you curveballs. I was not expecting to be such a traveling adventurer in this fashion and gain respect for my ability to slaughter foes.
She sounds like Mr. Jellybean from Rick and Morty. Well, isn't that what adventure's all about?
Well, people had told me that, and I thought, no, I could help people and do other things because of my knowledge of the man, common man, and I see how people fall into this role of just point me at the enemy and I'll slaughter them. Even when you try not to do it, it seems like that's what happens.
And she kind of uses your own words against you. She says, but look at it this way, you're doing so much public good.
That is what drives me, yes. and yet my public good seems to be to go out and kill monsters.
So she tells you, she says, obviously, for joining her in her quest, of course, the idea is that hopefully we'll find something to end this this never-ending winter. She says, but of course, you'll want payment along the way, and you're welcome to take, I don't need to share in any of the loot. She says, it's a Netherese city. There is more than enough that will go around. So you can pick up anything you want, and you will get no argument from me. And with the exception of Professor Scant. She says, I would really prefer, it is a family heirloom. I grew up with that Professor Orb. I would really prefer to have him back in my possession.
I have no desire to take him from you. I couldn't help but hear that your family is very wealthy.
Oh, yes. Yes. She says,
I don't know.
Rumors of the haunted mansion are greatly exaggerated.
Right. Could we, I would like to negotiate with you for assistance in rebuilding, or at least maybe providing loans or something to help the people and rebuild Dugan's Hole and Goodmead and the victims in East Haven and the other cities. Is there anything that I could do to encourage your family to support those efforts?
Interesting. Go ahead and make a persuasion check. And I'll let you make it with advantage because you've agreed to go on this quest with her.
Ooh, 26 is good.
Okay.
Didn't even use my guidance, which would have bumped it to 28.
Yeah, so she says, I certainly think that a large donation could be given to help the people of Goodmead, Dugan's Hole, and East Haven to rebuild.
Would you know somebody that could be entrusted to use those funds responsibly and not accidentally see some of the coins slip into their own pockets?
She says, well, what I would recommend would be I will send a message. Well, I'll just use the sending spell. And I will have a ship dispatched to bring this charitable donation and deliver it directly to the speaker, Bryn Shander, who, Bryn Shander, the speaker, is rather famous. Duvessa Shane. Duvessa Shane will then mete out that donation to the people of those three towns and make sure that the proper repairs can be made and rebuilding be done. She goes, after the money leaves my messenger's hands, it is completely up to the 10 towns what they decide that they want to do with that money. And Duvessa Shane is likely the most trustworthy person in the 10 towns area.
I thank you greatly, and I'm in your debt. So
she says,
if there's something I could do to help repay you for this,
she says, I think a donation of 20,000 gold pieces would be sufficient.
Well, I am very grateful. So yes, we would definitely help you in your efforts to end this winter.
Okay. So the first thing is you all get to complete a long rest and get all your hit points and spell slots back. The next part of that, of course, is you all get level 7.
Ooh, we're zooming up.
And so don't forget before you leave, hold on here, and I will tell you. So Turpin, Boy is a warrior, right?
Uh-huh.
Hold on here. Need to find my sidekicks. Here we go. So the first thing is we'll do each of your sidekicks to make it easy here. So boy gets to roll 2d8 plus his constitution modifier, and that he can add that to his hit points.
All right.
And at level 7, he gets battle readiness, which means he has advantage on initiative rolls. Corey, your sidekick, your goblin also gets battle readiness. So he has initiative on, or he has advantage on initiative rolls, and he gets on here. He can roll 2d6 plus his constitution modifier to add to his hit points. And Brady, hold on here, let me find him. Your Kenku can roll 3d8 and plus his con modifier to add to his hit points. And at level 7, he gets evasion.
Yay, 5 more hit points.
Well, you know.
Wait, do you say 3d8?
3d8.
Yeah, 5.
But he gets evasion.
Nothing like 2 2s and a 1.
Just take the 5s. A D8 is a 5.
Mm-hmm. You could do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. And so, as I said, the rest of you, your main characters, of course, get level 7. And you get to add to your hit points and all the goodies that comes with being level 7.
Yay, leveling up.
And so we will pick up with your journey to the Bell next week at 6 p.m.
Game request that's not a biggie, but I have a character sheet in Roll20 for Turpin.
Okay.
If you could create a couple of blanks for me, I can populate them with the stats and all that. So I just have to click for Mr. Roboto and Boy. If you can't, don't worry about it.
I don't think I can.
Okay.
Actually, I could I can probably. I'll create. I can create profiles for your sidekicks and for the Shield Guardian throughout the week next week.
You don't have. I was trying not to burden you. If you'll.
It's not that big of a deal.
You have to say just put a blank sheet up there. I can type stuff in, but.
No, that's fine. I can do that. And I learned from this battle that having the sidekicks have their own tokens may actually be a good idea, because then you can see where everybody's moving and things that are going on. So I will rectify that for next week, and they'll have their own character sheets.
Oh man, I'm sorry, didn't mean to
No.
dump that on you.
No,
I
you're fine.
appreciate it.
It's not that big of a deal. I'll create the tokens and whatnot, and the character sheets will be blank. You can fill them in as you go.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you, Chris. As always,
You're very welcome.
tons of fun. Appreciate it.
Glad you're enjoying it. All right. Well, we will see you next week at 7 o'clock.
Great. Thanks, everybody.
Have a good night, guys.